Hello everyone, my name is Sarai, and today I'll be presenting an analysis of interpersonal communication within the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why. As a film consultant focusing on communication, I've selected two powerful scenes that showcase both effective and flawed communication. The TV show 13 Reasons Why was released in 2017 and quickly became known for its raw and emotional portrayal of teen life, mental health, and relationships. The show follows characters like Clay Jensen, Hannah Baker, Tony Padilla, and others as they navigate the aftermath of Hannah's tragic death. The story begins with the suicide of Hannah Baker, a high school student. Before her death, she recorded 13 cassette tapes, each naming someone she feels contributed to her decision. The series explores how various relationships and poor communication choices led to missed opportunities for intervention and connection. Scene 1. Hannah and Mr. Porter. In this scene, Hannah visits Mr. Porter, the school counselor, in a last attempt to get help. She subtly but clearly expresses her emotional suffering, yet Mr. Porter fails to engage in active listening. From a communication standpoint, he listens to respond, not to understand. Chapter 5 of DeVito's text discusses active listening as involving feedback and showing understanding, which Mr. Porter failed to do. Emotionally, Hannah sends strong verbal and nonverbal cues that express deep emotional distress, as discussed in Chapter 8, but those cues go unnoticed. This creates a conflicting interaction that could have been avoided with empathy, open-minded questions, and true validation of her feelings. Scene 2. Clay and Hannah, which can be found in tape 11. This next scene is a flashback where Hannah and Clay have an emotionally charged conversation. It's not exactly conflict, but it's not a resolution either. It's a misconnection. Hannah's self-perception, explored in Chapter 4, prevents her from accepting Clay's care. Hannah displays low self-worth, which caused her to reject Clay. Meanwhile, Clay misses several nonverbal cues, such as eye contact, posture, and hesitations, which are critical in Chapter 7. The relationship outlined in Chapter 10 lacks vulnerability and openness. If they had both engaged in perception checking and emotional honesty, the outcome might have been different. While many characters struggle with communication, there are some examples of effective practices. Clay, although late, deeply reflects on how he could have supported Hannah, which is an example of self-growth and active listening. Tony serves as a consistent support system with clear, direct, and empathetic conversations. At times, characters like Jessica and Alex also show moments of emotional openness that are rare but significant. Many failures stem from poor interpersonal practices, such as Mr. Porter's dismissiveness, Bryce and Justin's manipulative and avoidant behaviors, and the school culture's overall emotional suppression. These breakdowns relate to Chapter 2 and 3, concepts around culture and emotional openness. The result is a toxic environment where honesty and support are hard to find. To improve schools, communities should prioritize emotional intelligence training and normalize mental health discussions. Encouraging active listening and creating safe spaces for vulnerability would greatly enhance communication for individuals like Hannah. It is important to train school staff to recognize distress signals and to validate feelings. In this slide, I have inserted the links for Scene 1 and Scene 2, which help to get a visual representation of what I had mentioned in the previous slides. The clip of Scene 1 is towards the end of the conversation between Hannah and Mr. Porter, in which he says, and I quote, "Move on," when Hannah was clearly in emotional distress. In Scene 2, it shows what had happened between Clay and Hannah after they had a connecting moment. It shows Hannah rejecting Clay, not because she didn't like him, but because she was afraid to be vulnerable due to her low self-image. Clay was clearly confused in this clip because one second everything was going well, and suddenly Hannah gets flashbacks of all the bullying she had faced, which led her to freak out on Clay. As confused as Clay was, he tries his hardest to de-escalate the situation. Thank you all so much for your attention. I hope this analysis has shown you how the concepts from interpersonal messages come to life in a powerful, real-world way through film. I'm open to any questions you may have.